Place your bets at GG.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at GG.bet.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CIS Minor Close Qualifier for the StarLadder Major 2019. My name is Dinko. I'm going to be taking you through this one as your host slash commentator. And this is going to be a super fun one. We've got ourselves another best of 3 coming up. It's Gambit Youngsters taking on Warthox. Now, I'm not too familiar with too many of the players here on Warthox. I'm more so inclined to know about Gambit Youngsters, and I know they've got a very skilled roster, especially on Inferno. We've seen some really nutty plays from a couple of these players on this map, and obviously Axel has joined this team. Gambit, their main team obviously being dead in the water, so they've brought this youngster team to pieces, and Axel leaving the main Gambit team and has got himself into this one. So this is going to be super fun to cast because they're always a very exciting team. But it's going to be Warthox making their way into the B bomb site as they charge. They'll be running in towards it immediately. They're going to be smoked off here on the CT side, so Gambit Youngsters are going to have to play the retake. Forced off, trying to get lucky with a couple of shots with the smoke, but nothing being picked up whatsoever. So W2X, they will have the bomb site. And they can just hold on here as well, because Super looking to try and get his way back in. One's towards Banana. One a little bit closer though. He's going to start taking the fight as well. He'll do a little bit of damage. It receives more so than he gives. And so Gambit Youngsters being locked out of the bomb site here is looking good for W2X. But Axel's found a headshot. They find a way back in. They're going to swarm the bomb site itself. But 2 kills come in. Manise holds the back of the bomb site. It's Youngsters pulling it back. Mainly Axel on his own with a triple kill. And he has been finished off. It all falls onto Jackpot. And he does get it done. 1-0, the pistol picked up by W2X, and actually there, it was mostly Axel getting the work done. You know, 3 kills coming in there for Gambit Youngsters. You start to think, okay, maybe they've got a chance coming back into this, but not so much, and I'm afraid he couldn't get that final kill. No one on his team really getting anything done. The good stuff from W2X, they find the kills needed. And at this point, it is going to be a bit of a buy coming in this one from Gambit Youngsters. They're going to have a mixture of CZs, Deagles, and 5.7s. They're going to try and invest what they can into this one and see what they can get done. But W2X, they should be up to 0. Unless some mental heroics come out from a couple of the players here in Gambit Youngsters. We know they can definitely pull this off. But I don't know how this one's going to go. When I was looking on paper and I was kind of making my predictions for today, I obviously predicted the 2-0 from Spirit. That didn't happen, obviously. I thought this would be probably the only game I was casting today that would probably go to 3 maps. But we've had 1 3-mapper. This could be another one. I think this one's going to be a close one. You're actually seeing Gambit Youngsters play very well at Copenhagen Games. They made it to the main tournament. They didn't quite get too much done though, but they were very interesting to watch play. No big problem picking up a kill onto Inters. A nice shot from Jackpot. Nearly gets the second. But it's going to be Shiro to pick that one up with the P250 and not problem. Spins around the corner. It's going to be Axel and Shiro left into 2v4. Bomb will get carried on over and it'll get planted on the B bomb site. It should be a relatively simple round put together here. 2-0 for WTX. But there's an 8k in the hands of Shiro. And they definitely want to get that out of his hands. So Mincy needs to be set on a bit of a flank. And he will find Axel. Last man alive is Shiro. And fighting to hold on to the AK. He actually gets that kill as well. Finished off by the Mac 10. 2-0 start for W2X. So coming into this one, WTX, they have got themselves AKs and a Mac 10. Gambit Youngsters have gone for the 5 nades. So perhaps a nade stack is on the cards here. Now I've got full USPs. They'll try and throw a grenade in towards Banana. Let's see what they can get done. It's going to be a problem. Throwing a nade over the top of the half wall, getting himself another on the Mac 10. And this is a cleanup coming through. No problem for problem in clearing up the low players, the naked players towards Banana. And so Shiro now into a 1v5. He should be fine as well. Bomb making its way back over towards B. They have got Shiro a little further back inside of spawn. So digits punched in. Time will tick away. And the sole USP of Shiro should not really get too much done. He'll get his head torn off. And that'll be Shiro falling apart. 3-0 here for WTX. I think this is where the real challenge begins, the real hurdle begins to arise, because Gambit youngsters have brought their buy into this. Shiro on the AWP. They've got AUGs on 2 players, and M4A1S and Inters, Nefani on the FAMAS, and WTX have got themselves AK-47s and the MAC-10 in play as well. Gambit youngsters, you know, are a team that have a lot of potential. I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the youngsters can do on the big stage as they move up and sort of develop through the CIS region. So making it to a minor would obviously be a good step for them. It is very far away, but if they can even do well in the close qualifiers, that's a big step. And look at this. Inters lines up 3. Beautiful stuff here with the M4A1S. Molotov goes in. He will be cleared out, and Problem will take it with a MAC-10. But Mincy and Problem, they're the last 2 alive thanks to Inter stepping up with a triple kill. They all ran in front of him and he lines them all up, easily cleaning them through. And it will be a 2-man advantage still intact for this CT side. Only Mincy and Problem can do anything about that. Just subpar of a minute left on the clock, as many of the WTX players, the last 2 remaining ones, decide to go back towards Banana as they start to come through. It's going to be Nefani with the Molotov being tossed in. That'll slow the play. As they start to come in towards him, it's Supra here with the all holding the cross. Problem, he's going to hit the floor while Mincy is left on his own into a 1v4. It's not going to happen for him, and the Gambit youngsters will get themselves 1 on the board. Good stuff there. Very well played from Inters. And the rest of the boys just rotating very, very effectively. He's locked in on B bomb site here. You know, if one player is to fall, they've got an answer straight away. So Gambit youngsters will clean up this round. It's just a matter of time before Mincy goes on a bit of a wander and ends up getting wrecked.
Counter-terrorists win.
Or saving in Banana, that's also another option. So currently it is looking pretty good for Gambit youngsters off the back of, you know, the showing they had in the first gun run, because obviously they're the more important runs. They're the runs you should be winning, and they definitely put up a good showing there. WTX, they have got another buy coming in this one. It's the 8Ks across every single player, utilities there. Gotta show us what they're made of. Gun runs against Gambit youngsters. Last round was a very big individual play. Is that sustainable? We'll have to see if they've got a system here on the CT side. See if it is effective. Funny enough, at Copenhagen Games, there was actually quite a bit of CIS dominance, really. Always with a team that topped the... Oh my god. What is that? Problem just with a headshot through the smoke. Nefani going to be finished off. I think I have to run back and get that bomb. That's a great advantage to find for WTX. You don't even have to really fight for it. But yeah, there was definitely CIS dominance at that event. 4 is actually winning the entire tournament. Gambit youngsters making it from the bring your own computers section to actually make it to the main tournament. So excellent stuff done by them. The CIS region is definitely producing quite a bit of young talent. Let's make some scary teams in the future. But multiple players staying inside of Banana. Now ready to toss the utility on in. Flashbangs. Smokes, they're all gone in here, but WTX, they're going to try and bamboozle Gambit youngsters. But it's not going to completely fool them just yet. They will leave 2 players on A, 2 on B. And they've got a pretty good setup here inside the pit, so Inters will smoke himself off inside of the pit, try and stay alive, but that beats him into Axel, who's great at lining them up. Gets the 2 kills, Inters with 1 as well, but the bomb plant has to come through. That grenade should finish off Mincy, and there it is. It's all on to Gospodarov to try and win this 1 versus 3. And he should be finished off as well, and there it is. Enters finds it. 3 kills for him from the pit, and 2 from Axel. They both get it done just standing in the pit, and that will be the defuse coming on through. I'm not gonna lie, when I seen Gospodarov left in a 1 versus 3, I kind of pooped myself, realizing I had to say his name. Gospodarov. Gospodarov. I'm sure there's someone in the chat can tell me if I'm being absolutely ridiculous in the way I'm pronouncing his name. It's probably awful. But I tried. That's the important part. Well, Gambit youngsters coming into this one. I have got another buy. W2X playing it close, getting the bomb plant. They've got money as well to burn. Although, they need to be careful inside a banana, as that's where the early advantage has been picked up by Gambit youngsters. I think at an early level here, like sort of seeing these two teams from an eye test in the short sort of space that we have in terms of 5 rounds play, I think immediately we can see sort of a level of Gambit youngsters looking pretty strong, but Warthox definitely giving them a bit of a fight, which is good to see. I like their logo. Warthox have a pretty sick logo. Much better than Gambit's, in my opinion. Anyway, Axel is going to set up towards balcony. He'll get a kill onto Flash as they move on in. Inter's going to take the kill onto Gospodarov. Well, it's going to be Jackpot. Headshot from short, looking back towards the pit where Inters is currently playing from. And he'll just sit here with the AUG, waiting for a couple of players to come in towards his crosshairs. Enters peeks into the left. Mincy finished off. Jackpot into the 1v4. It'll be a kill from Jackpot. Jackpot won't fall apart. And that'll be a 3-3 scoreline. No, you're right. You can't get any more Russian than that result. Probably the most Russian name I've had to say while casting, I think. It's a good name, though. I like it. Gospodarov. Gospodarov, okay. Thank you very much, Ofen Thomas, for telling me how to pronounce it. Well, Shiro, that's a good start. As they come in towards Archway, it will be Gospodarov finished off. It will be Mincy able to find Axel. AUG picked up as well as they look towards the pit. Damage being done on a couple of players as Flash is finished off. Jackpot will hit the deck as well. Looking back into it, Nafani. Oh my god, that is just beautiful. Gambit take away the pistols rather easily. And that'll be 4-3. Well, Warthox have been trying to get that control towards B and Banana, and sometimes they've been a little bit unsuccessful due to Gambit youngsters being pretty dominant in that side of the map, but Gambit youngsters haven't really used a whole lot of utility. You know, generally when you see the Battle of Banana ensue, we talk about the Battle of Banana, and generally when we talk about it, we usually see a lot of utility being used up, a lot of smokes, a lot of mollies, grenades there and there. But no, it's been a very sort of passive play from them, and Gambit not really wanting the challenge. They're playing very passive inside of CT spawn already. And Warthox not really capitalizing on it. The League 1 player there. The rest of them are starting to take control of the A bomb site. They want to go on in here. There's 3 players for Gambit youngsters currently positioned over towards A. One off towards long, and there's a big gap in that for Nefani to play with. Well, they have one inside of the A bomb site, one inside of the pit to play with as well. You got to favor Gambit youngsters defense wherever you go, though. They've shown that they can be very solid on an individual level when it comes to these things. And will be Axel starting to spray away. Gets 2 kills. Can he get another one as well as he spans to the box? It's Flash and Problem able to find those, and it's now into a 3v3. 13 seconds on the clock, but the bomb has been planted. Oh, it's a 3 versus 3. Warthox have got the bomb site, but they have to try and find their way back in. Gambit just trying to find a way to get a headshot. Interest is still inside the pit. He's waiting for his teammates to get in position from long, but he cannot afford to give up this position on his own. So at this point, it's all about just trying to find a couple of kills on entry, and it's not happening for them. Problem's got a headshot. Shearer will pick up one, but Jackpot's there. Now Interest has to spring into action. He's found one, make it 2. Is there enough time for the defuse, though? Should be plenty of time. There we go. And I have to be 100% sure, guys, because earlier I said I thought there was time. I let him defuse, and no, there wasn't time, which was sad. But that was definitely time. The volume in my ears is super quiet, so I can barely hear the beeping of the bomb. Of course, I can try and fix that in a little. Five to 3. Gambit youngsters. That's a run that they definitely had to sweat for. It's unfortunate the Warthox couldn't get it done, but Gambit youngsters looking to try and mince them up inside of Banana this time. Lineup coming in from Supra. He will get 2 kills. The third one as well there from Nefani. So it's all on to GambitY and of course my boy Flash. Can they pull it off though? He's going to use the Galil. Spray there on the Galil. Oh my god, GambitY gets 2 on the Galil and actually upgrades to the AWP. You look through CT to try and find another, but the bomb is coming back. GambitY's actually done enough here to make this round competitive. As Axel and Inter is trying to get their way back over towards the site. Time is ticking. And GambitY has got a smoke that'll cover off CT. That'll sever the information supply to the CT side. So they're going to have to boost up to try and regain that, and that's going to be Inter's. He might actually just find a kill off of this as well, but Flash is waiting for it. He read him like a book. And Inter's is finished. What a run from GambitY, actually just pulling this run back. Finding them a way into the game. Or into the run, should I say. And perhaps the game now, as they do have a chance to build up a bit of a lead here. Or a bit of a string of runs, should we say, on the T side. As Axel will take away Flash. GambitY will slither away with the AWP. And they've done it. They've finally got a run on the board. They've come close time and time again. But they've never been able to really get it over the line. Luckily for Gambit youngsters, somehow Shiro had like 12k in the bank, so he just drops over a weapon very easily to the rest of his team. And Warthox are going to have themselves an AWP in the hands of GambitY, AK-47s for Flash, Mincy, and Problem. They've also got that UMP for Jackpot, so their buy is good here on both teams. But I'd have to give a bit of an edge here towards Gambit youngsters' buy, just because they've got more utility across more players, and they've also got the Hawks for the long range, and Shiro got the early advantage onto GambitY. So, you know, a man who had a lot of impact in the last round, not this time. He will be stopped in his tracks as Supra starts to make his way through Banana, very aggressive. You just slap him up the face with some aggression on Banana, and it works perfectly. Man advantage doubled here on Gambit youngsters, and they should be feeling very confident moving forward in round number 10. Should be a sixth on the board for them. I think Gambit youngsters coming into the series are definitely the favourites. They've got some very talented players, a good sort of experience on LAN as well playing together, and they've got Axel who started to really show a lot of potential. First time I kind of seen Axel in action was at the Supernova Malta 150k event. I cast him there with Gambit, and I think it was one of his first tournaments with Gambit. They actually had Ondic as well, I believe, was playing for them. So yeah, he looked like a definitely an interesting player. Anyway, Shiro has picked up one, make it two. Good hold here. Oh my god, Shiro. This guy is absolutely nuts. I actually remember a play here from Copenhagen Games. I'm pretty sure it was by Shiro on the A bomb site on Inferno. He just had one of the most incredible plays I've ever seen. Like, literally nuts. It was simple-esque. Here it is. Merry Christmas. Warthox might not be having fun. 6-4 down. I'll have to try and find a way back into it. And I'll definitely stop singing Christmas songs in June. Kind of crazy. Christmas doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was ages ago. Kind of weird. Time is flying. Not in this run though. Low approach from Warthox. Shifting their way up banana. It's a very difficult bomb site to take due to Gambit youngsters having the better weapons here and very easily could throw a hell of a lot of utility in towards that side of the map, but Flashbang goes up, Molotov for barbecue, and here comes the push. Jackpot will be barbecued, Gospodarov will be ripped apart, and now Flash, Mincy and Problem might meet the same fates as their unfortunate teammates, and that will be a crossfire being held by Supra and Nefani. Supra finished off, and it will be all on Nefani, and he will take that kill onto Flash. So 7-4, relatively easy here for Gambit youngsters yet again, but this is where the gauntlet is again thrown down by Warthox. They have got a chance here. They've shown quite a bit of potential here on their T side. They've looked like they've got onto the bomb sites. They've played them close. Again, it just comes down to the crunch time and a couple of mistakes being made that allows Gambit youngsters into the round. And if they can tighten that up a little bit, they can definitely get quite a few rounds here on their T side and maybe end up taking, you know, a decent half here. Obviously, looking at Inferno, it's going to be a map where you're looking more towards the CT side halves, but they can do some damage here on the T side. That's when things start to look good, right? Gospodarov burning though. He's dropped to 14 HP, nearly dies immediately at the start of the run, and as he's starting to get pretty frustrated. He's died quite early, quite a few times, and the nade will finish him off. Axel gets another kill up towards the apartments, and that's Mincy finished off as well. This is looking very solid indeed for Gambit youngsters. Again, a two-man advantage. Well, Problem is desperately trying to find a kill. Next map will be Overpass. This is actually Warthox's pick, and the scary part for them and me is the Gambit youngsters are they're actually a good team on Overpass and on Inferno. So this is kind of scary for Warthox. They're gonna have to show us what they're made of here on Inferno if they want to have a chance of taking the series, or even having, you know, taking a map in the series, which would be a good result for them already. You know, Gambit youngsters is a tough team to come up against. There is some easier teams that Warthox could maybe do well against in these close qualifiers. Nefani and Shiro have got themselves two early picks. Flash able to get one as well, and Nefani will finish off the job, albeit to 4. 3 kills there on the board for Nefani, and it'll be already a round lead confirmed moving into the second half. Gambit youngsters have won the half essentially here already, but it's a T-side timeout coming in, a tactical pause needed as Warthox need to talk over what's going wrong, what's going right, and what you can continue to do, because I mean, it's not all wrong. Warthox have actually, you know, they've got onto the bomb sites, they've done damage, but they just haven't really been able to close it over the line, and finding 4 here already is quite good. You know, they obviously find the pistol, and that's an important part. Now they need to find a couple more gun rounds. If they can do that, they can start to get into their stride a little bit, start to feel a bit more confident, and stop getting dominated as hard, because it's kind of difficult when you're getting shafted and getting unlucky in a lot of these runs. You start to feel like, well, these guys, you know, they're not that good. We can definitely get a couple of runs under our belt here, guys. And then when you don't win them, you make a couple of mistakes, it becomes very tilting. You can start to really slip into the mindset of, oh, we just aren't going to win this, are we? So you have to stay positive here, Warthox, and I feel like they will. Still a big fan of their logo, though. Love it. Definitely love it. I'll buy a jersey, to be honest. I think our next best of 3 after this will be Windstrike with Edward. I think it's their debut with Edward. That'll be fun to watch. Cast. Warthox is sending most of their players, most of their troops in towards B. Currently a crossfire established. One player at the back of the bomb site. That is Nefani. One player relatively close to the former Supra as well. So he can just sit here with the AUG. Molotov will go down to delay. Smoke will come in as well. And what you can do actually after throwing that smoke is just move in front of the smoke, right? You can just kill them as they run on through it. But he'll play a little bit more passively. Just holding this cross angle, flashbangs through. There's the spam, great flash. Gets rid of Supra, but he still walks away with a kill. Now holding back inside of Ruins. There's another one. At this point, Warthox are doing their best, but it's not really enough to find too much impact. At least the bomb plant comes through. That's job done. They'll be happy with the bomb plant. That's some extra money into the next one. But it's still another round on the board for Gambit. The 4K coming in from Supra. I think everybody on Gambit has sort of had their time, right? So 9-4. Warthox have called a timeout not too long ago, remember? So they have to have something planned for this. Do they have a set piece in their pocket? It is their pick. So on the T side, you want to see a little bit of preparation. You want to see what they're made of. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're brought to the server. No AWP to challenge that of Shiro. And I would also say challenge those AUGs. But again, in any case, very potent. So we'll see if that is the case. With the 5 rifle setup. Warthox are going to go back and pick up the bomb. I know never really to get too far ahead of myself because I seen a 12-3 half from Spirit today going up against Waterfalls' team, and they ended up throwing that 12-3 lead and ended up going to the 3 maps and only barely winning the final one. So I need to, you have to keep an open mind in these things. Yes, it's looking good for Gambit at the minute. They're finding every single kill. And it's not looking too great for Warthox, but there's still a chance. We always have to give that minute chance, like, even if it's minuscule, if it's very tiny indeed, there's always a chance. And you have to try and find that chance. I feel like I can give in a big motivational speech right now. I feel like it should be on the Motivational Speech YouTube channel. I need sort of the time by Hans Zimmer playing in the background. That would be brilliant. We could get that. Realistically, I could do it, but probably get copyrighted. Don't really want to do that on StarLadder's channel. So let's not do that. Inter is able to get himself a kill early on for the boys on Gambit Youngsters. Warthox haven't really been able to get too much done here, and I'm afraid, you know, it's not enough for, I think, well, it could be if you win the pistol and then have a flawless sort of half after that, then it's definitely doable, but obviously they want to get a little bit more than 4 on the board. If they can get 5 here at the half, they'll be relatively happy. Probably very happy in comparison to 11-4, but we'll see what they can get done. They start to send 2 players up towards A. The 3rd will be joining them, and it seems like the 4th is just going to be left in Banana. That player is, of course, Problem. He'll cut off rotations if anybody wants to walk down Banana, but he has to rely on his teammates now. 3 of them going in towards the A bomb site. It's going to be 3v3 here as well, because rotations have come in from Gambit Youngsters, and they'll just leave 3 players in the A bomb site at the start. They have another one that's relatively close inside of CT, so this is going to be so difficult to take control of. You know, they haven't been able to find an opening just yet on the T side, and they're a man down as well. They're going to go for the run boost to try and go on up, but they don't really spot anybody on it. And so Gambit Youngsters, they realize, you know, we've got the man advantage. What's the point in us taking the fights? We'll just wait. We'll wait for you to come to us. And that's currently the setup they've got going on the A bomb site. And there goes a kill from Flash. That's the trade. Nefani standing with his near dot, not expecting the close play. And so this could be a split. Super realizes that, gets the information that they're probably running in towards CT, smokes himself out into the open, and I can play on the edge of the smoke. 10 seconds, the bomb plant has to come in. Super could deny it all, goes for jackpot instead. The bomb plant comes in, and this is excellent. There's still a chance here for Warthox. A nice quick rotation, nice reactionary play, and they get in towards the B bomb site. Shiro will get one kill on the Mincy, but the rest of the rotation is there. It's going to be very difficult to hold on here for Flash and Problem, but if they do it, if they manage to pull it off, this is excellent. It could be 5. Problem's got 2. Make it 3 overall in the round. And he's looking for his quad kill. Defusing the bomb as enters. Problem surely peaks. And there it is. The quad kill that gives 5 to Warthox. They are in this game. And with a pistol pickup in the second half, they could very easily compete. A team effort across the board from Gambit youngsters. A good half, I have to say. Warthox, every round they won came down to very close scenarios, but they managed to pull it off. Problem has been a big carry for them, a large disparity between bottom and top. Gospodarov only on 3 kills, but has been... 2 of his kills, you have to remember, are a reason they won one of the runs, so... He's definitely had some impact. And he's got quite unlucky a lot of the time as well. Dying quite early to nades, Molotovs. It's kind of unfortunate in his role when the team is to take banana, but... couldn't quite get it done too successfully a lot of the time. Gambit youngsters are going to be sitting here feeling a little bit pissed that they didn't win that last one, but also feeling rather confident. Got a smoke and a flash on both Shiro and Inters. They have got something planned or up their sleeve here, and it looks as though they are going to go towards that A bomb site. With multiple players, the smoke execute coming in towards B. It's going to be a bit of a fake, and that's going to try and bait out a rotation. They've currently got 3 players here. They'll send 1 player in, that's Inters, to try and do some damage. He'll walk in on his own, but it is going to be the play straight out towards balcony. But Gospodarov is sitting waiting. He will get himself 1. Mincy able to get another, but it's Flash and Gospodarov. They are finished off. Another man advantage is with Gambit youngsters. The rotation coming in from B. They'll have both players making their way through CT. Mincy in library, looking for a head. Just some player to overextend to give them a slight chance back into this, but at this point, Gambit youngsters, they don't need to. They've got the info that there's 1 player towards long as well, off of that jumping peak. So look at this. Nafani realizes he can just start to rattle shots whichever way he likes, as it's Shiro taking away Mincy. Jackpot into the 1v3. And that is where the time will take. It will be 11 to 5 here from Gambit youngsters on Inferno. And they do get that start that they so desired moving into the second half. The scary thing is, again... oh no, jackpot finished off as well. The scary thing for me, obviously, coming into this is the pick from Warthox. This should be the map that they feel comfortable on, but not the B. And they have got a technical pause coming in, so hopefully it doesn't last too much longer. Got a pause on players dropping from the server. Hopefully it turns rather swiftly. So, the technical pause undone. We are ready to get into things. It's going to be Warthox on the CT side. It's going to be the scout and play on Flash. It's going to be the MP9 there from Mincy. And pistols for the rest. So, this is not looking too likely. This will end up in too much success for the CTs. But Gambit youngsters, they need to be careful and respect it nonetheless. And so, they will send most of their players towards Banana. Exchanging weapons here between Nafani after he took initial damage, dropping to 31 HP. And it will be Warthox holding banana with 4 players. They have 4 players on the B bomb site. Only one towards A. And he's actually rotated back towards library. Oh no. This is not good. If GambitY just walk into A, it's over. I'll probably see if the save call come in from Warthox. Like that's the general consensus when you have one of these runs is, okay, we've bought everything, we'll invest, and we'll stack one side of the map. If they go to the other side of the map, we just save, because we're going to have to eco anyway in the next. So they make the call just to have something to work with into the next run. And I think that's an alright call. I honestly do think that's good. So let's see if it's not going to pay off. Gambit are going to go in towards A. But it'll be interesting to see if they do just save or they attempt a retake. The retake will be rather impossible. And Axel has dropped flash. It's pretty much a save call already here on the B-bomb site. And they'll go for that save right now. So good stuff from GambitY though. Making sure they get as much information as possible. They'll send Axel in. He'll realize it's empty. Calls the rest of his team there. Gets the 1 kill on the player that was standing there. And that'll be 12-5. 4 away. I'm taking us to the second map. Of the best of 3. Second map being Overpass, being GambitY's pick. It's a very scary map, a very scary prospect for Warthox. Especially if they don't get any momentum or confidence built up here on their map pick. Overpass is a map we've seen GambitY play well on against some solid teams. I've seen them in DreamHack Open qualifiers, play pretty well on that map. Although here on Inferno, you know, they're no slouches on this map either, which is kind of sad because I think the map pool of GambitY is probably a little bit deeper than that of Warthox's. So pretty much any map you go towards, they're gonna feel pretty comfortable on. And you know, if Warthox only have a couple of maps to go at, and their specialist one's Inferno, and you're like, oh, probably have the best chance of beating them on Inferno, won't we? So they go for that pick. You know, it's a risky pick in terms of GambitY is obviously a good team on it. But you have to play to your strengths as well, and I think that's important. You know, if you're a team that's relatively new or haven't had as much experience to develop your map pool against better teams, then you're generally going to find yourself in a bit of a predicament. Do you want to play to your strengths or their weaknesses? And generally, when you're an underdog by quite a substantial margin, you'll want to play to your strengths just to show what you're made of, essentially. Show that you've got some tactical prowess alongside of a system that works. And I think if you're trying to develop a map like Inferno and it's one of the maps you've chosen and strategies are working against weaker teams, then that's good. But when you go up against a stronger team, you can find out what works on Inferno, like in your setups, and what doesn't, and you can sort of adapt and change that to play against the better teams, which in turn will beat the weaker teams as well pretty easily. So it's a good way to improve, and I think this is definitely the way to go for Warthox. Yeah, I've shown something here on Inferno. Not a whole lot, but I'm close in quite a few rounds. I'm sure when they look back at this, they'll realize, you know, some things they could have done better or things they can improve on. As Axel will take away Mincy, and it will be the man advantage for the T side. On the A bomb site, there you go. The bomb will get planted for Inters, and the rest of WTX are over towards B. At this point, do they want to go for another save and let them go to 13-5? And, you know, well, that's the call. I would have liked to have seen a couple of them go for a couple of exit frags. You know, they're going to be able to buy in the next round anyway. I think Flash definitely could have went over and just sat there and see what he could find, but I think saving the Kevlar is not a bad shout either. You know, you want to carry over whatever you've got. You've got quite a bit of utility in a couple of players, so why not just keep that instead of throwing it away for no reason? So 13-5. We're only 3 away here, GambitY from taking Inferno. Time to step it up here for Warthox. They have got themselves an AWP on Gospodarov. Let's see what he's made of on the CT side. This is where they need to step up. Oh my god, Axel, this is just BM. Running right through the smoke and the Molotov on Banana. He's got to run into B. Great flashbang. Oh no. That is just sheer good utility and a faster play from Gambit youngsters. They just know, okay, we're better. We're going to run right through the smoke. We're going to take the fights. This is disrespect to the max from Axel. 2 kills coming in. The flashbang on the second was good as well. They know there's going to be an attempted trade there, and definitely the flash didn't come in. The trade was almost there, but 100% would have been there. But Axel, the flashbang from his teammate, he knew it was coming, and he gets the second kill. Excellent stuff. And Warthox are left into a 3v4. They're going to have to save on the other end of the map. What a play. What a stinger move from Gambit. Running right through B, cutting through them. And they had no chance. That's a blink and you miss it round there from Gambit youngsters. And it'll be 14-5. Literally only 2 rounds away not from taking this away. I think at this point, if Gambit win this one and they kill everyone on the Warthox side, it's probably going to be over, I think, because there'll be a whole lot of cash to work with for Warthox, and even when they've had the rifles, they haven't really been able to bring it to Gambit. I think at this point, I am forgiven for saying Gambit, because there isn't another Gambit. Let's be real. There is technically, but there isn't a Gambit playing, so you know who I'm talking about. Well, this does make up for our earlier game that went to 3 maps, double overtime. 16-14 and 16-10. So, it's back on schedule a little bit. There'll be 2 kills coming in from Gambit youngsters towards A. They'll start to move on through, and it's going to be the AWP looking down the barrel towards A long. Nafani needs to be careful. He's caught out in the open. Flash will take that kill. That's actually a 1-man advantage for Gambit youngsters. A chance here for Warthox to maybe step back into it, but need to let enters out of the balcony here. Being left by his teammate, blocked by him. The cool thing is for Gambit youngsters as well, right? They can get the Gambit stickers on their guns. So even though, you know, they aren't at a major or anything, they can still have their team logo on their guns. It's pretty cool. But anyway, Problem will get 1 on the Shiro. It's going to be a 2v3, and I think at this point, it's pretty safe to say it'll be map point here at Inferno. And that is a good kill. Flash and Problem will end him, and Inters will be dropped to 12 HP. Into the 1v2. And saved on over. Map points here for Gambit on Inferno. Looking to take this one over the line to bring us to their second, which is, of course, going to be Overpass, and that is going to be the pick of Gambit youngsters. So things are only looking harder and only looking uphill here for Warthox, but they have shown some tenacity at the start of this game. Not over. Let's see what they can do in round 21. Maybe they can get a couple of rounds to make this look like a closer affair. Make it a closer affair. Gambit youngsters will pick up the early kill. It's Nafani taking Gospodarov. An advantage there on the CT side. Probably going to hold on to it for a little bit longer as well. They start to make their way through. It will be Gambit youngsters shaping up for an A hit. The bomb is still towards T-Stars. The rotation coming in from WTX. This could be a very, you know, sting in towards the A bomb site. Have the utility thrown in there and rotate straight away to B. That could definitely be the play. Only problem I can see right now is Problem for Gambit. He's currently in Banana. He could definitely cause a problem if they decide to rotate back towards B, but the bomb has been brought back over towards second mid, which makes it look like they want to go in towards this A execute. They have got the utility lined up. They need to be careful. Someone has to be watching their back because Problem could have moved through on the flank there. Super is going to be standing here with the SG as he starts to move on in 44 seconds. Flash going to peek out towards long, gets the headshot, could have been finished off there a little bit sooner, but he is dropped by Axel, and now it's only a 4v2. Not much of a chance standing here for Mincy, locked inside of the pit. Multiple players running him down, and we can see Mincy just hiding, cowering in the pit. He's doing damage, he's got to a valiant attempt, but he has been finished off. A 16-5 performance here from Gambit youngsters, a team effort, 17 kills on 3 players, 14 on 2, and a very, very well spread out performance across the board, and a valiant attempt from the boys on Warthox. I mean, Problem, he's definitely shown some potential there, so hopefully we get to see more of that on Overpass, which we'll be going to after this short break. So make sure you stick around. I'll be back with Overpass after the break.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.